Hey, so today's been a very busy day. I'm super dirty right now, but just wanted to give you an update. So we have a lot of zinnias blooming right now, but I also have a lot of bald spots in my beds. I have trays that I have planted up, and a lot of my zinnias are ready to go in the ground, but this is just a very time-consuming process. I'm like sweating my butt off. It's hot outside. So here's another lesson learned for my first year of flower farming. I direct seeded all of these zinnias. That took days. And the effort that it took to put even the seeds down is almost the same amount of effort it takes to put plants down, like seedlings. Next year, while I'm going to have a ton more trays than I do, I will transplant my zinnias because I have been working to fill all these bald spots in my zinnias ever since. Now, it's a good idea to, I'm going to forget the word. Oh, can't think of it. Like after 2 weeks, you plant it again. That's how my brain works. Succession plant. It is a good idea to succession plant zinnias and really a lot of late blooming plants like sunflowers and such, because then you'll get continuous blooms throughout the season. Now zinnias are going to keep giving, but the plants will get tired. So the later you plant some other plants, the more life that they'll have in them, and then the more you'll get from them throughout the rest of the entire season. So it's okay that I'm succession planting. It's just kind of a pain in the butt that I'm succession planting within existing beds. And it would have been nice if these were all just full from the beginning, and then I just did another bed every week or something. So, there's ideal ways and there's not so ideal. And a lot of this has been not so ideal, but that's okay because I'm learning. So I have been working today. That right there is a volunteer squash. Actually, let me show you that real quick because it's kind of funny. So our original beds when we first got here, we just had two 20 by 4 foot beds that went long ways here. And right in line with that, I have a lemon balm over here that just sprouted on its own. I have this squash plant, which you can see down in there. It's like a decorative gourd type thing. I don't think that was anything we ate. What's interesting is these are not what were planted here before. But I did have summer squash and zucchini. So I don't know if there's some kind of weird blend or what. Do you like our super cool fancy kid stuff over there? Yeah. Anyways, so I've got a couple random tomato plants in here, which is what the little corkscrew guys are. That is glass gem corn. I like that corn for decoration. But then I've just put some zinnias here in the end. I had planted dianthus, but dianthus has been terrible for me. Like, absolutely terrible. And I also planted lupins, and I think I've only got like 2 plants that came up from planting seed. And I got those seeds actually at Magnolia. I went to Magnolia and saw those, and yeah, they're not the greatest. What is that? Maybe 20% germination from all the seeds that I got. Anywho, those are chocolate sunflowers over there. I can't wait to see those. It's funny, they were labeled chocolate zinnias. They're not, they're sunflowers. But as you can see here, I've got some little baby plants scattered throughout. I even have some random dahlias that I had cut from either some of my dahlias over here or some of my early tubers, just to get additional plants. So you can put your tubers in the dirt and let the tip, the neck part stay above the ground, and you'll get little shoots, and then you can cut off those shoots and replant those in dirt and get additional plants. So that was what one of those were. So, you know, at this point I'm kind of just mixing in some of my dahlias with my zinnias. Most of my dahlias are in that bed over there, and I will tell you another learning opportunity, not fail. But okay, so I love sunflowers. Guilty. So I was like, oh, my dahlias have to be 12 inches apart. I'm so sweaty and gross. My dahlias have to be 12 inches apart, but I want something in those holes because these are 9-inch spaced holes. It's like, oh, put sunflowers in there. That's a terrible idea because sunflowers have huge leaves. They love the sun, and they're blocking sun on my dahlias. But the fact that they're planted as closely as they are all getting close to, let me, over here. So they're all getting close to flowering. So you could see here, they're about ready to start flowering. So I'm just gonna let them. These dahlias, they're all right. They'll be okay. Yeah, see? And so they're about, 4 feet tall or so. But yeah, see, they're shading my dahlias very well. But they'll be cut down probably in the next couple of weeks. I will cut them completely down and give my dahlias free rein to live their life in the sun. And I think what I'll end up planting in those holes, since I think I've told you already, I did not cover crop this area, I'm probably going to just plant clover, red clover, in all the blank spots. That way I have something breaking up the soil. It may not be clover too. I might figure out what a better thing is for breaking up clay soil. I need something penetrating through and that has a deep taproot. That's actually why I planted sunflowers too, though. They have a deep taproot and can just kind of get in there. But I know sunflowers also have some kind of property that some things don't like growing next to them, and I just kind of can't remember what that was because I did square foot gardening before and I had sunflowers every foot no matter what I was planting. So I think potatoes for sure you can't have next to sunflowers. I think that's like a for sure thing. But anyways, that's some of my love grass that I planted from seed, and this is green drops grass. This is cute. I like that. I don't know how many people will like grass in their bouquets, but I can't remember if green drops is a perennial, but love grass is a perennial. So I'm kind of just growing it so it'll get nice and fat and healthy, and I'm going to plant it in my landscape, which I'm actually doing with quite a few of my perennials. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at the color of this zinnia. It is insane. What is that? Oh, I love her. That is so cute. I love the red and yellow. I don't know why I just smelled it. There's like no smell. Yeah, so I just want to give you an update on what I'm working on today. Just been planting up 1 million zinnias, and I have about 1 million more to go. It's good times. I also built, I'm just going to probably do a quick YouTube video on building these boxes for my roses. I want to show you real quick what I have been working on here. So I bought this really cheap ring thing from Amazon. Not sure how long that's going to really last, but I also bought some honeymoon climbing roses here. well, you don't see the roses. I just built the boxes though that are going to go at the bottom. Oh, that bird just pooped. That are going to go at the bottom of this archway, and I'm going to plant the roses in there, and then they should climb over this and be gorgeous. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other end. So I have 2 of these hoops. I built 4 of these boxes. I was originally going to build them 2 by 2, but that was just really way too big. So I'm going to give this box to my kiddos, and they are going to plant whatever they want in this little garden bed. Oh, I do have more. So you could see my dahlia cuttings. I do have more. You can see some of them did not survive, but the ones that don't survive don't belong here because I ain't got time for that. Want to know a survivor? This hibiscus plant. So it was in our old garden, and I brought all my garden bed stuff with us, dug that up. It had roots all throughout my garden bed because it was a raised garden bed. It had roots like super long, and I had to just chop through them to get that thing out. Then we got here, I put it in our 20-foot beds, and then we moved the 20-foot beds, and I just threw it on the ground. Didn't even have it in dirt. Just threw it on the ground and kind of ignored it for, gosh, like probably a month and a half. Like, it was a while. And then I was like, I need to put this thing in the ground. And it is thriving. It's weird. I love it. Anything that does that is awesome in my book. So never got around to planting anything here, which is fine actually because there's a lot of grass and weeds growing under it, and I just think they need to die. Mahogany Splendor doing amazing. My Bupleurum is redonk. I love it. I love using the greenery, and it just keeps thriving, so that's a winner in my book. Celosia's kind of here or there, around here. This is a lot of grass, so working on killing that. My yarrow is struggling a bit, but I think it might be because it's getting choked out by grass. I cannot remember what this is. Is this some kind of coneflower? I don't know. I know, I should probably know that, but I don't. I'm sorry. Oops. Oh my gosh, these stupid. This thing is, it looks like a tomato. It's like in the nightshade family, but it's a weed. It's a massive weed, and it just keeps, I keep finding them. Oh, my little Gonfrina. Look how cute it is. Oh yeah, look at my ducks. Let's see. They're free-ranging happy ducks and chickens. They are having a blast out here. They like this muddy area. That must be where all the worms are hiding. Okay. So I got a couple of these guys popping up, but not very many of those. My Zinnias. I swear this is my favorite flower ever. Like, I knew it was gonna be my favorite flower because how pretty it was, but I also love it because you are supposed to use netting for this to keep it growing straight up. I have not had to do that yet, so I'm just a lazy experimental farmer and haven't had to do that, and I'm really grateful. These girls have got to be, I got to cut these. This is insane. I got to learn. We just got a fridge last week, and I have not really learned how to, really haven't forced myself to learn how to harvest and store flowers throughout the week rather than just picking them all on Friday. So I'm probably wasting a lot. Oh my gosh. Look at it. Look at the color of this. This is insane. That's really cool. Look at these. Oh my word. Oh, I love that purple and the white. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. Oh gosh, she is so pretty. Holy moly. This is my favorite flower. Zinnias are so cool. Okay. So cool. All right. This whole row here, it was snapdragons. That was a waste of my life, honestly. I got like a couple of flowers from that and that's it. Look at this little sad guy. He's like about to bloom and just doesn't even want to enjoy life. Just plopped over. It's kind of sad. Those are one of my Steve sunflowers too, so it's not cool. I'm very excited about those. Look at this one. Oh, gorgeous. I really hope I can get some seeds from this, but I don't know if I'm going to. I'm trying to save it so I can get seeds from it, but it might not happen. What was this supposed to be? So things I planted here that never did well. Colorado artichoke, just straight up never worked out for me. What is this? Oh, atriplex. There's like one that grew. And it's super crappy. Like, what is that? So that was a waste of time. So this is just a bunch of grass. I gotta pull all that out. I got some yarrow in here and I got some grass choking out the yarrow. See, there is yarrow still in here. My goodness. Ugh, this grass is really hard to pull. So my kids have been pulling weeds and making money. You know, I give them like 25 cents for a whole row of weeds. Not a whole row, but a row, like 5 holes. Just my amaranth, it's doing really good. But these weeds are insane. Like they cannot, like they can't even pull it. Here's my cress. That one just like went straight to seed. I don't even know what happened, but I'm gonna save all those seeds. And here's some. It's crazy how it just kind of goes to seed so fast. These are my awesome giant marigolds. I love these. And you know what's interesting? The Japanese beetles have loved this. As you can see. But it's keeping them off my other flowers. So I'm kind of sacrificing them and it's all right with me. My basil is the love of my life. If I do have a bouquet of just basil, I'm happy and in heaven. It's okay with me. I got some other tomatoes hiding in here. So I do have some that are kind of orange in there. And here you can see, got some tomatoes. These are ones that I save seed from every year. I did plant more cosmos because this is such a joyful little happy dancing flower. I love these. So I'm gonna have more of those as well. It's our little manly rooster. We used to have a real manly rooster that attacked my daughter, so he's not around anymore. But this guy is totes adorbs, like seriously. He tries to, I mean, he doesn't even try to be tough, really. But, you know, he crows and he's really adorable. I like him. We got him from a lady who, her daughter got chickens from the fair and brought them home to their apartment. So that wasn't going to work out very well. And I offered to keep them. So we've got him. And then we've got the mama, who they're both silkies. And she is such a little mama. She just hangs out and sits on her eggs all day. Which one of these days we're probably just going to let her, we need to let her hatch some. But we don't have enough yet. Our little chickens, you can see our little chickens out there, we got them in March. So they should start giving us eggs, you know, roughly September timeframe. And once we're, you know, drowning in eggs, we can let her hatch some babies. But our ducks, like I love our ducks. They are so cute. They are so cute. Okay, well, I was just going to give you an update on what I was doing today, and then I kind of just walked you around what I have planted. I realize that I'm not a massive flower farmer quite yet. I should probably have a crap ton more flowers than this, and I would like to, but that's just going to take some time. Each year I'm probably going to expand a little bit more. This was actually where we cover cropped originally, thinking we were going to utilize this space. the cool thing to know here, as you can see, is this area holds moisture. Now, we don't want a bunch of standing water, but if we make rows, raised rows like we did over here, where we just kind of dig in the walkways and lay down plastic, possibly, this stays so lush over here, and it actually stays really lush, obviously, where we had cover cropped. It's so crazy how distinct the line is. I mean, I don't know if you could see it, but there's like, oh, it kind of goes this way, a line that way of like thick grass where we cover cropped, thinking that was where original flower farm was going to go. But I would like to expand back there, even if it's just wildflowers and sunflowers. That's actually what it's probably going to be. I really would like to start expanding there this year, probably just with sunflowers, but we'll see. I want to get bees too, so I just don't know if we have enough flowers for bees right now. Probably not. I don't know how many flowers bees need, but I'll learn that soon. Well, I hope you guys are having a good day. 4th of July is coming up soon, so have a good holiday and happy planting.